when we're starting?
Live.
Oh, we're live? Okay. What up, what up, what up, everyone? Chicago Bulls Nation. Stand up at this point. Honestly, we've been sitting for a while. Things are different now. As Coop knows.
Bulls suck.
Let's go. Hold on. Oh, I need the thumbnail to shout out on my community. Okay, wait. I could do this. I also need to pull up this live stream. How's everyone doing?
User settings. Audio.
Tomorrow's Bowl. Let's go. Yeah. Let's go, baby. I am hyped. Actually, you know, I have regrets right now because I wore my red Chicago Bulls shirt for the last podcast that we did, but this is also a Chicago Bulls shirt. It's featuring Dennis Rodman. I kind of bought it. I didn't really want to buy it, I'll say, because Dennis Rodman wasn't the nicest guy to me when I met him. But what's up, guys? Yes, Bulls are going to be nice this year. What's happening to Lowry? That is the question, man. Honestly, I just immediately made a Carmelo Anthony and Malik Monk Lakers video. Immediately did that. Then I right away had to just go to DeMar because, you know, things are just happening so quickly. And I didn't even get a chance to look at my phone. I figured Lowry was just going to be in the deal. And as I was doing the voiceover, I was like, oh, man, like, I really should like mention Lowry because that's like a whole like 2-3 minute talking thing. Like Lowry was my favorite player in the Bulls for like solid 2 first seasons of his career. But I mean, didn't happen.
Bro, all my homies hate the Chicago Bulls.
Nah, Coop, you are a Chicago Bulls fan. Maya, get inside, Maya.
I need to change shirts.
Yeah, so guys, I'm currently in a new setup. Sorry for the horrendous setup that I'm in right now, but it's going to look awesome. I'm going to be starting to live stream on my second channel. It's going to look great. Trust me. But as of right now, I literally moved into a new place and they shut the power off on me. So I couldn't even like set anything up. I stayed in a hotel last night. I literally made my Lonzo Ball video in a hotel room. Yeah. How's everyone else doing though? What do you guys think is the best move that any team made in free so far? Why to the Bulls? That would be so extra. You like DeRozan? Mike abuses Maya. I do not abuse Maya. First of all, she was barking outside. We have new neighbors. I'm just trying to make sure she's being a good girl. Bulls trade for DeMar Enzo. Yeah, and we got Caruso, bro. We are big chilling. Thank you, Kevin Shorts. Shout out for the $1. Thank you. Yo, guys, by the way, if you're not already subscribed, please subscribe. We are doing a giveaway at 40,000 subscribers, man. 40,000 subscribers. We're giving away a PS5 or an Xbox Series X just like I am doing on my channel, and you guys are going to be getting that giveaway. Whoever is subscribed to me on Thursday, actually. Released up live. Okay. I don't know how to. I'm just going to post this right here. Okay. So, yo, Westbrook trade was underrated. Honestly, you know, at the time, I was definitely concerned with the Westbrook trade just because, you know, Russell Westbrook, not exactly a floor spacer with LeBron and Anthony Davis, but I think the pieces that they've been bringing in, it's very solid. You know, Melo shoots around 40% from 3 now. Got Malik Monk, who I think is extremely underrated. Coop's been on Malik Monk. He actually, during one of our podcasts, like pointed out that Malik was an underrated player to me. And I looked at his stats. I was like, oh, wow, I'm surprised he isn't playing more. How you doing, Andreas? What else do the Bulls need? Well, we just gave away Thad, so our big man depth is currently lacking.
All right. I'm
You
sorry.
here, Mike? You ready?
I'm sorry to just like ruin your vibe, but chat, give it to me straight. Who's winning free agency so far? Like, who's crushing it? There's only one answer, and I'll give you a hint. They're in the Western Conference.
I'll give you a hint. It rhymes with fulls.
It rhymes with makers. Come on, I need to see more. I need you guys to go crazy up in the chat. Like, bro, how did the Lakers...
Rhymes with fakers.
Dude, how do we get Malik Monk on a minimum, right?
Yo, that's nuts. Honestly, I will like 100% say that is nuts.
Like, that was a pipe dream to me.
Oh, I accidentally just messed this up. What am I doing?
Guys, we're going to keep you guys updated. I have my sources up on the screen, which is just a fancy way of me saying I have Woj and Shams like right in front of me updating live. So the moment something happens, the most recent thing being the Lakers signing Talon, Horton, Tucker to and I got to learn how to minimize this like half screen, but it's going to have to like take up the full screen. According to BA_Turner, the Los Angeles Lakers have agreed to a 3-year, $32 million deal with Talon, Horton, Tucker. And his third year is going to be a player option. So
here's my question: why didn't he play more last season?
I don't know.
Literally, dude. What about the rumors of the Lakers were tanking his contract value? Did you see those?
That I mean,
like as if it's like some kind of, I don't even know. You can't even do that in a, like, that'd be some crazy.
I mean, like, Talon, Horton, Tucker is like a very interesting scenario. If you're a Laker fan, you think he's gonna be like, I don't know, like the next star that's gonna take the torch from LeBron James, but I don't think that's really realistic based off the sample size that I've seen. I do like his game. I do think it needs more polish. I think he's a solid role player. I think he's someone that the Lakers definitely need at this, like, especially because most of the Lakers are composed of like 34, 35, and 36-year-olds. So him and Malik Monk, fantastic. I'd like to see more youth up in there. It's a great get, in my opinion, especially because some team could have paid him like $50 million. Lakers can't match that. You know, like, the fact that we're able to...
Kevin Shorts, he knows. He knows. Bulls winning free agency, and there's more.
By the way, guys, if you're a laced up silver or laced up gold member, we're going to be inviting you into the Discord so you could give your thoughts on free agency. Felt like that's a nice way. You guys up to do that? Felt like that's a nice way to reward our early...
yeah, for sure. Maya, please be good.
Laced up members.
Come here. Maya, come here, pup.
Let me also move the chat box, guys. And appreciate the dono, Kevin Shorts.
Yeah, appreciate you, Kevin. Appreciate your words, too. Maya, you want to come here?
LA fans weird. What's your problem with LA fans? I think we're the most realistic.
Come here.
And I'm saying we're very realistic, okay? I called this. I said we're getting Carmelo Anthony. I told you guys we're getting Russell Westbrook. I told, like, did I not tell you guys this is all happening? And you guys called me delusional.
All right. You know what? Did people call you delusional, though?
I mean, yeah.
I feel like the Russ thing, I feel like Melo, like, those were all, like, realistic.
The Russ thing, in my opinion, I thought was extremely unrealistic. in my own.
I believed in that. Wait, you're gonna tell me that you didn't believe in that? Posted a podcast with the title "The Lakers are trading for Russell Westbrook," and the residential Lakers fan of the pod didn't believe.
I was skeptical of it, to be honest. I thought the fit, like, and I thought the fit was very interesting.
Yo, the Lakers just got Kendrick Nunn? Whoa! Bro. Oh my
Let's
God.
Go! Let's go! Oh, I'm sorry for the ear rape, guys. I'm sorry.
Oh my
It's Kendrick
God.
Nunn. What are you doing?
Bro,
Let's go.
It's Kendrick Nunn on a veteran minimum. What do you mean? He was like third in rookie of the
Now he
year.
makes like 5. He's getting
I
5
mean,
mil,
they didn't
but-
even want to play him in the playoffs. Like he was unplayable. But
Dude,
Okay, come inside.
dude, we're getting these players. Like, we should not have any business getting these players. That's what's like remarkable. Like, I was expecting us to get a bunch of 37-year-olds and say, okay, we're screwed.
yeah, that's pretty much what y'all did though. But y'all got some good young players too. Solid
Yeah.
young players. I'll say that. I'll say solid. As a Lakers fan, man, come on now.
Oh my God, Coops! I don't blame you, bro. After what your Pelicans did, like, hop on, man.
Bro, I'm a Rockets fan. No, I'm not gonna hopping on the Lakers now is like such a bad decision. Like this is not the time to get on.
Yeah.
If you weren't a Lakers fan in like the early 2000s, you missed your chance. Like now is not the time to hop on for a 37-year-old LeBron and 32-year-old Westbrook and
I hopped on towards like the tail end of that dynasty, and like going through the tough years is what kind of sheds the "you're a bandwagon" label from you guys.
Oop, getting jealous, bro. I got a Lakers shirt on. I like the Lakers, bro. What are we doing?
Hey, 400.
What the? You have a Why do you have a Lakers shirt on? happening?
It was the only thing that was clean, obviously. Come on, man.
Where is your
Yeah,
Chicago
let me-
bullshit?
let me-
You know what? I was literally I was in Pac Sun because Pac Sun has so many NBA shirts. I was in Pac Sun and they had a sick Chicago Bulls shirt that I got that I like, and then I ended up getting this shirt, the Chicago Bulls shirt, even though I didn't really like it because I don't like Dennis Rodman. Kind of was an asshole to me in person. But I got it, for the Bulls. But the coolest looking shirt was a Lakers shirt, and I was like, I just can't wear it. I can't do it. It would have felt sacrilegious.
Dude, so I'm looking at it right. Let me pull up the source in front of you guys. We got to figure out a better way to do this, like in the bottom left or in the bottom right. But Kendrick Nunn agreed to a 2-year, $10 million deal with the Lakers. His agent tells The Athletic and the Stadium. You just have to wonder, like, dude, what's happening with Dennis Schroeder? You know what I mean? Like, wasn't this guy?
Yeah. He's
I
not
actually
having a
feel
great
bad
summer.
well, I don't feel bad, but you guys kind of have a log jam now with your backup guards, maybe. Well, no, I guess not. Yeah, I don't know. Who do you think starts at shooting guard for the Lakers?
Malik Monk probably. Apparently, like, LeBron is supposed to play power forward and AD's supposed to play center, and I guess Russ will be point guard, which I don't know. Like, I don't know how that's.
Russ is obviously playing point guard. You can't say
Yeah.
I guess.
I mean,
Let's
like,
look at
I mean,
Kendrick Nunn's stats.
I mean, like, as the primary like ball handler.
I like Russ a lot more with the pickups that you guys have been making.
Wow.
Because you know what I said? I just said in my video, like we got Buddy Hield, who is a great shooter, and it seemed like it was like a Russ or Buddy decision situation, but you managed to get Russ while also pulling in Malik, who on minimum contract. Like that seems like a home run to me.
Yeah.
Like Malik Monk, if you look at his per 36 numbers, if you look at everything, Malik Monk last year for the Hornets. On defense, the team was better when he was on the court compared to off the court. On offense, the team was better.
You can't take that defense that serious.
Yeah,
you can't take that one serious.
I don't know, chat.
I mean, I can't take it serious. They just were better.
Defender.
But
Yeah,
they
I
were
know,
better. I'm
that's
just saying they
it's
were
lacking
better.
Context. I know. I get what you're saying, but that's lacking a ton of context. He's a terrible defender.
I mean,
One of the
your
worst in the
Devontae
NBA.
Graham thing you sent was lacking context as well.
I mean, I think Devontae.
I mean, that's what you do to hype up bad moves. So what you're doing right now, you see? Like,
all right, wait. All right, so we're only talking Lakers right now.
No, we're just talking whatever's like the most recent.
How do you?
move.
All right, so Coop. How about Devontae Graham? Is Coop gone?
no, I'm right here. Oh wait, yeah, hold on. Yeah. Devontae Graham. I love it. No, I don't love it. I mean, I would have loved it if we didn't give up a pick. I don't understand how, we give up more to get Devontae Graham than you guys gave up to get Lonzo, which we helped you get Lonzo, whereas we had the cap space to outright sign Devontae Graham. I don't kind of understand that. If another team wanted to pay him more, I mean, screw it. Like let him let them pay Devontae Graham more. But we got him on a good deal, so I'm not mad at that. Apparently, Devontae Graham is a good basketball player. I've been a little harsh on him. A lot of Hornets fans like him. Where a lot of the hate for Devontae Graham comes from is apparently the LaMelo Ball fans that have bandwagoned onto the Hornets franchise because there's kind of a little logjam there at the point guard. There was a logjam there at the point guard position, now getting freed up with Monk and all that. So yeah, overall, I don't hate it, man.
Added book night, but
yeah, and yeah, they did. How do you feel about it? How do you feel about Devontae Graham coming to New Orleans?
I feel like solid contract for sure. The question is like, does that make your team better though? Which
Yeah, I'd say he makes the team better.
You think he's a better fit than Lonzo was?
Yeah, I'd say so because he's a dynamic playmaker out of the screen and roll, which is where we're going to be using him a lot alongside Zion Williamson, and he's a shot creator. He likes to create shots off the bounce, where Lonzo Ball was a standstill set shooter. I think Graham's averages or percentages are going to go up for sure playing alongside Zion Williamson, and I think it's going to be interesting to see whether we start him or not. I think a lot of people are thinking that we bring him off the bench as kind of like a super six man, but I see the upside. I don't agree with the move. I'm not going to tell you I like the move, but as a fan, you got to buy in, and I see what they want to do. I know you feel me. You've been through some stuff. I know you feel me.
Nah, yeah, like you gotta buy in. Again, the Lowry marketing hype train was going strong, and then it just got derailed at some point.
Seriously, I don't understand how you guys don't give us back Kobe White, Thaddeus Young.
Dude, how's Lowry still not? Lowry didn't go anywhere yet.
Yeah.
I thought with DeRozan, like, okay, Lowry's gone.
Honestly,
I already retweeted.
Honestly, I think what the Chicago Bulls did in one offseason is awesome. It's really interesting because, like, is Lowry marketing going to be your starting four? Probably, right?
I don't know what we're doing with Lowry at this point. Like, are we keeping him? Like, it's actually crazy. I have no idea because the fact that we haven't included him in any of this gives us the option to still keep him. I mean, I don't know where our salary cap is exactly at right now because things have been so hectic that it's really hard to just keep track of everything that's going on. I'm sure, though, if we add another 15 to 20, I don't know what Lowry is going to get at this point. So that's a whole thing. Like, someone has to offer him the $20 million to put us in the tough decision to keep him, Like, he hasn't gotten that offer yet, obviously. I don't know if, like, the Thunder or someone are going to pull something off, but, I mean, we'll see. I personally think that Lowry and the Chicago Bulls relationship probably is not at its best right now. I don't think he is. If I were him, this is just based on what I saw on the team and saw in his body language. As soon as they made the Vucevic trade, Lowry and Vuce they did not fit at all together.
Really?
They're both not defensive players, of course, so they're not a good fit on the court. And Lowry got benched, and when Lowry got benched, he was horrendous. I can pull up his stats right now at the end of the season. But so for the entire year, he only averaged 13.6 points per game, compared to 18.7 in his second season. Did shoot better with that, but okay, he actually had a strong end to the season. Maybe he wasn't as
I think he's a strong bounce back candidate, I think he's one of those guys.
He wasn't horrendous. He averaged 10 points a game on like 21.8 minutes, but like he wasn't including the offense as much. Like he was very up and down. And Bulls fans, I would say like 10% of Bulls fans, I would say like 20% maybe of Bulls fans like Lowry. Like 20% are indifferent, like could go either way. And then a solid 60% hate him. Like, I'm on the Bulls Reddit, I'm like looking at all the Bulls stuff all the time. People do not like Lowry. I mean, for whatever reason. He doesn't play defense, he's regressed. So we'll see.
Guys, I wanted to let you guys know. First of all, I think this is our view record on a live stream. So shout outs to you guys for joining. All channel members, we're going to try to, well, whoever joins on a channel membership, we're going to try to bring you in to the Discord to give a quick take on what
We're not
you
gonna
think.
try. We are gonna.
We are. I'm sorry. We are going to bring you guys on the live stream so you could give us a quick take about what you think about free agency so far. It could be anything. You could talk about the Sacramento Kings if you want to. A link to that's going to be in the chat, and of course, help us get the podcast out there. We're 20 likes away from 200 likes. Shout outs to you guys. Thank you for supporting us. And I think we're about to hit 35,000 subscribers as well. Oh, look at that. We're 50 away.
50 away, guys. All right, hit that subscribe button, baby. In the future, I mean, guys, again, we've been in a scramble situation right now. NBA free agency has been crazy, and we all have our own channels and are making content. But in the future, we'll have Mike did it, great, and we'll have a better looking setup. Boom, let's get that number up. Let's go, guys.
Yeah.
Love to see it. So. All right, are we going to talk about the elephant in the room here?
What's the elephant in the room?
The guard that the Bulls signed.
Oh.
Or
Alex
Caruso.
Oh. I see what you did there.
Yo, man.
Yo, just think about that. Bulls just got 2 guards from your 2 favorite teams. It's actually pretty.
I'm happy for Caruso. I think he did what he had to do in LA. Like him and Kuz, they did what they had to do in LA. They got paid, and now they're off to set themselves up as individual entities. So really happy for both of them. I don't know. Are you comfortable with the amount that you guys paid for Caruso? Like $37 million?
Yeah, he's we're going to have a decision to make with Kobe White, that's for sure. So that'll be interesting. But I think Caruso I really just, love his defense. I love his passion for the game, leadership, all of that. He brings so much, and he brings legitimate championship experience. He's been through there. We're adding guys to the locker room like DeMar and like Caruso, and that's important, having guys in the locker room that have been there, that, we've got Zach. Has he made the playoffs? I don't think so. Did he make it ever with Minnesota?
No, I don't think he did.
Nah.
I don't think either. Okay, Vucevic made it once or twice with the Magic. It's there's not a whole lot of playoff experience for the Bulls starting 5. Oh, and by the way, I'm with that whole Lowry rant-ish or whatever discussion I was talking about. I do not think he'll start regardless of anything. Will guarantee Patrick Williams is starting. DeMar and Patrick Williams will be the 3 and the 4 in some kind of order. DeMar played power forward 70% of the time last year for the Spurs, so he would have no problem playing it for the Bulls. Patrick Williams, same thing. I think they'll just be 2 interchangeable guys at the 3 and the 4, with Patrick Williams guarding whoever is the harder matchup.
You guys are going to be terrible defensively.
DeMar isn't that bad defensively. He's
We're not gonna be
he is a power forward.
Oh.
That's why I think Pat might play power forward.
Yo, what's good, Uneven? And someone at Riri's 4795 asked, how would we bring them on the podcast? Well, members get access to our Discord, and we're currently talking in our Discord. So we just allow you in briefly to give your take, and then afterwards you'll be in our Discord. All members get access to our Discord.
Yep, and we should post that link. Actually, can we do the community only post of that Discord right now?
The community, I already did.
Oh, okay.
On Laced Up, I already did.
So yeah, guys, just to do that, all you have to do is just click join, and boom. You can either do silver or gold. Either, if you see, it says exclusive Discord access, and you will be, immediately in Discord. And again, there's not that many people in the Discord right now. Only us, and we have a few members. So if you ever want to talk to us about literally anything, yeah, the also there for.
Yeah, you low key cut out, but I think what Kors was trying to say, it's probably the best way to access us. And shout out to our guy Clifford Johnson, first guy to join us on a laced up gold membership.
Yo, dude, wait, yo, shout out to Clifford Johnson, shout out to Elliot. We've had other guys join before, but shout out to you guys. However, did Colin Sexton just get traded to the
Clippers?
Did Colin Sexton really just get traded?
Where are you seeing
Just
that?
got traded to the Clippers, or are we getting trolled?
I think we're getting trolled. I didn't see that anywhere.
Yeah, I don't see that. Watch out. Everyone in the chat is gonna
chill,
do that.
bro.
Everyone in the chat is gonna try to get us, bro. Like,
yeah,
like I'm on edge right now.
Yeah, Colin Sexton isn't going anywhere. So Elliot and Clifford, if you go to our community tab, you should see a link to our Discord. I'm keeping an eye on it. I actually should get my Mac out so I could monitor it. And by the way, 18 likes from 300 guys. Let's see.
Yep. Shout out you guys. Oh, shout out.
So what do you
Onala T, laced up gold.
Yo,
Onala coming through. Yo, shout out to the guys coming through, man. Clutch.
Yo, guys, we appreciate you. Yo, this podcast is here to stay, and as soon as, the NBA season already is not too far away. So these live streams are definitely going to be a consistent thing. We thought we were going to record a podcast today. We thought it would be better just to go live because so much is happening. We could just talk about it with you guys, right here. I wish breaking Buddy Hield to the Bulls. All right, I know that's not.
Yo,
Yeah.
What a bounce. Are you Elliot? Yeah, you're Elliot. What's up, dude?
Oh, 1 sec. I'm just switching to a PC. Give me a sec.
Take your time, brother. Take your time.
Oh, hello. There we go.
Yeah, we can hear you.
You guys, this could be you right here if you join as a member. Oh, Matthew DeStefano, shout out. Welcome to the crew. And yeah, S64 clips. Oh, wait, no. Who's saying nobody? Jonathan. Yeah, no, Buddy's not going to Lakers unless they are just defying all the rules of NBA cap.
I would love that.
NBA.
Yeah, we got
It kind of feels like it.
Well, yeah, no, I'm kind of confused. Like, where's this money come from? Where's this cap space? Are they just going deep into luxury? I don't really understand it myself.
Coop, are you calling?
No, I don't think the Lakers have been really paying the luxury tax recently, or that's what I heard on a podcast this morning. So,
yeah, it does seem a bit sus, but oh well.
I mean, like they haven't been going over the luxury tax.
Wait, really?
Yeah, or at least they haven't been going over recently. We could double check that, but yeah, that's at least what I heard this morning as I was preparing for all this stuff. And so I think that this is their season, that they're just going over the tax and just willing to pay whatever. And I'm assuming the Kendrick Nunn signing is one of the signings that's like, what is it? Not the mid-level exception, but it's the smaller one.
Oh, I can't remember the name of it right now.
Yeah, I don't remember the name of it either, but
the mid-level exception, but it's the smaller one.
Here, let's see.
Yeah,
Go to Discord.
What up, guys? Yo, 780 people watching. Shout out to you guys. If you are not already subscribed, remember, at 40,000 subscribers, we're giving away a PS5 or Xbox Series X. So subscribe and you will be entered. And what up, Cliff? You here?
What up, guys?
Yo, all right. So, any questions? Anything you want to talk about?
Just as a Brooklyn Nets fan, I am a little distraught trying to figure out why we haven't, signed more bigs. JaVale McGee just decided to sign with the Suns.
Yeah, Team USA, JaVale McGee.
And I'll try to figure out why Drummond decided to be a backup this year. Doesn't make any sense with the signing in Philly.
Yeah, so that's something we could talk about for sure. What do you guys think about Andre Drummond. Honestly, our very first podcast was talking about Andre Drummond's fit with the Lakers. And the fact that he's now signing with the Sixers after he thought he was going to get paid like $40 million a year is insane. The drop off that happened. Like, he would have been better off just playing out on the Cavs.
Yo,
I agree.
so I think we should do this in a different way. I'm gonna try something. Mike and Coop, click the stream room. Bounce and Cliff, stay here. Click.
Okay.
Okay. Now let me see. Could I drag them one at a time? Okay, that's way better. Okay, so this way we could bring people one at a time. My video's messed up.
All right. So
All
we're
right,
talking
go.
to Cliff first. And bounce. We'll hit you up
Okay.
after.
Okay, yeah. This way we could like talk to you guys one at a time. We're like figuring this out on the fly. Coop, that was a very good suggestion. That way like everyone could get their piece in.
Yeah.
So was it Bounce that was asking this question or Cliff?
Yeah. It was Cliff.
With me.
So what's up, Cliff? What was your question? Sorry about that, bro.
Oh, just like, what do you think the next moves are for the Brooklyn Nets as far as like big?
I mean, you guys got Patty Mills, and that was pretty solid. Like,
I mean, that was. I don't even know how we did that,
yeah,
but we did.
on a 2-year, $12 million.
You guys have Nicholas Claxton, who I like. For
I mean, I love
as a
him.
backup big man.
So it makes sense. But I don't know what they're gonna do with DeAndre Drummond. Is he just gonna DeAndre Jordan? Is he just gonna like ride the bench, or is he gonna start? Like,
I think you guys are probably.
Uh,
Go ahead.
yeah, he seems like he's been a pretty good cheerleader lately.
right, exactly. Like he's doing more in the pre-games with the dancing and the handshakes than the actual playing.
Yeah.
That was always going to be his role, though. Like they paid a traditional center way too much money. You know what I mean? It just.
I agree.
Like, and it always seemed like very buddy. It's like KD and Kyrie love DeAndre Jordan, so we're gonna pay him a decent like.
We're gonna overpay. Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. So.
Yeah, I think you guys are in. Of course, assuming injuries do not happen and everything. I think you guys are in a great place, though. I mean, I think next year. Oh wait, my camera went off.
Yeah.
Guys, just tell me my camera went off. I have no idea.
Oh,
but
my bad.
I think, guys, unless something crazy, what would you guys say NBA Finals matchup right now? Because I think Nets. I definitely would have them.
Definitely Nets Lakers.
I mean, assuming there's no crazy injuries, I'd be confident I'd be confident with saying that's Lakers.
Yo, shout out to Matthew DiStefano for both joining and upgrading to gold, and shout out to Kevin Shorts. Welcome to Lace Up Gold, guys. And yeah, I would say Nets East definitely. I mean, the Bucks. We'll see. Giannis has that swag now, like that championship. Winning a championship, I think, does so much like that. Like there's just like a thing in your head where you broke through a barrier and a ceiling, and now like fully like you won a championship. You were, the best player in an NBA Finals. I think we're gonna see monster. I think we're gonna see Giannis have yet another monster season. But the Nets are just overpowered with talent for sure.
Here, we should
Also, shout out to the Bulls, bro. I'm rooting for you guys. That's crazy.
No, thank you. I appreciate it. It's been a great few days, honestly. I've been cheesing. I just moved into a new place, and it's been kind of rough because moving just sucks in general. But then also they shut the power off on me, and literally it's the NBA free agency period. It's the worst time to not have power and internet as an NBA YouTuber. But the fact that we got Lonzo, Caruso, and DeMar, like, dude, headed into this summer, if the Bulls mess all this up, there's a chance we see Zach LaVine, Los Angeles Lakers edits all year because Zach LaVine's an unrestricted free agent next year. We don't know what's going to happen with him. He still hasn't re-signed with the team yet, but this is a huge step in the right direction. They're showing him that we are, in it to win it here. And I'm just hyped, man, dude. I'm getting an Alonzo jersey as soon as I can, as soon as they officially put them up in the NBA store, because this is sick. From meet Lonzo Ball, Steph Curry with a 40-inch vertical to on the Chicago Bulls.
Dude, it's like he predicted
What a journey.
It's like he predicted
Yeah,
it.
what a journey, bro.
Yeah, Cliff, I'm gonna have to bring in our brother Elliot as well. He's been like waiting for a bit, but we appreciate you coming
All right,
on.
cool.
And if no one else comes on, we'll bring you back. Yeah?
Thanks, guys.
Yeah, dude,
All right,
thanks
peace,
for
Cliff.
supporting us, man.
Yeah, thanks for supporting us
Yeah,
for sure.
sure.
All right. Also, guys, we have the text channel here, so ask
Oh yeah,
questions here too.
we should probably like tell them like, yeah, guys, once you do join, join the lounge, and we're gonna bring you one at a time, talk, and this is while we wait for new free agency news to come in. Yo, Bounce, you there?
Yeah,
No, I'm here. Sorry, I just you were talking. Didn't want to interrupt.
Oh, appreciate it, man.
we appreciate you. Appreciate Cliff and appreciate you. You guys have been great, coming on, because you never know. So people could come on and be crazy, but appreciate
Oh
you.
no, I've been big fans of you guys for ages. Not gonna lie. Just yeah, little simp moment there. We'll be honest. I of course I don't get to see much of the news. I have to just sit on Twitter and wait because I'm from the UK, so a lot of this stuff isn't national for me. So it's a bit of a grind. But no, I'm so my personal experience. I'm a massive Minnesota T-Wolves fan. So life is rough.
I'm sorry.
Struggling every year.
Yeah, welcome to the party, man.
Wait, so how did you become a Minnesota Timberwolves fan over in the UK?
So basically, I have friends that live in Minneapolis. So basically, I just kind of started, let's just say, rooting for them. Probably should have been smarter to root for someone else, but
Yo, your team's your team, man. Shout out to sticking around, because
yeah, no, it's been a hard grind since 2014. I won't lie.
I always feel like you guys are like on the cusp too. Like I always said on the pod, like on paper, D'Angelo Russell, Karl Anthony Towns, the #1 pick, Anthony Edwards. Like I just felt like Ricky Rubio. I didn't think what ended up happening was what was going to happen. And I'm very sorry about that. I feel like the worst that could have happened to this team mentally just did, with like Cat and his mom. That's horrible. Anthony Edwards was a little streaky. You guys fired a head coach in the middle of the season. It's tough, but I feel like you guys are on the right track.
Yeah, of course we ain't got much cap. I don't think is our problem. We did just get Rubio, so there should be some exceptions going around, but we go in. But I don't really know what's available right now. I know that there was rumors about John Collins, but I doubt there's any chance of that happening. Even though there is some weird stuff going on with the Hawks, because there was what Shams said on ESPN, saying that apparently there's been no negotiations or something between Collins and the Hawks.
Apparently,
yeah. So I saw they offered him 5 years, $25 million a season, $125 million. So I think. So the thing is, when we hear these kind of rumors, sometimes there's nothing to them. Sometimes there is a lot to them, and we saw. A few weeks ago, it was something with the Hawks owner, and he was talking about how they were going to have to make financial decisions and might have to, with a bunch of young players, end up losing some of these guys. Now, we talked about it on the podcast. John Collins could be one of those guys. If they don't max out John Collins, like he could easily get an offer sheet somewhere else.
100%. You look at a guy; he's one of the only like proper athletic fours going around these days. It feels like that's young, that's got a longevity to him. I don't know, and I know he's not like insanely renowned as a defensive player, but he's streaky on both ends, I guess. But in a way, but he's always consistent in terms of like there's always that big moment sometimes for a young guy, especially because the Hawks have been having injury problems with some of their other players on the team and whatnot. So it's an interesting scenario, especially for a player like him who I think definitely can command a big contract, 100%.
Yeah, I think he could get a max from someone for sure. In his third season in the NBA, he averaged 21.6 and 10. This year with a bunch more options, he still averaged 17.6 and 7.4 in the regular season. In the playoffs, those numbers did dip to 14 points per game, shot 55%, but 8.7 rebounds, And I just, you know what? I personally love John Collins. I know Coop wants to see John Collins off the Hawks, right, Coop?
Yeah.
Because Coop thinks, which I agree, he thinks that John Collins will be more, unleashed in a bigger role on a different team. But I just think if you're the Hawks, I think John Collins is such a winning player, and I think his personality,
And
just everything we've seen.
I just don't think it's a great fit. I mean, if he's a traditional scoring four and you're not gonna use him in a traditional scoring role, he's not a great perimeter defender. He's not a great interior defender. So I feel like there's better players even on the Hawks that you could use in that role, especially since DeAndre Hunter is a versatile defender, able to defend 1 through 4, maybe 5 if you're feeling froggy.
But you'd have
Uh,
Hunter starting at the 4, you think?
Yeah, I would start Hunter at the
Hmm.
4, and I think he'd give you similar production to what Collins would give you.
No, I really like that
Yeah.
as well. To be fair, and you've still got I know you've got you had Kongwu there and people like that.
Yeah.
You don't need a player like Collins in a role like that, especially when
Yeah.
you've already got a big in Capella, you've already got this size, and you've got Trey. He's gonna score points. He's just money. He is a machine that just doesn't miss.
He's money, and he just costs a lot of money, which
Well, yeah.
I think the Hawks owner is, looking at that contract and being like, do I want to hand out another one that's kind of similar to this? And so that's the thing with John Collins. I mean, yeah, he definitely would be interesting in Minnesota. I would, what's gonna happen with Dallas? What has Dallas been doing?
Oh God! Don't get me started. Because I'm a European, I have to keep up on my boy Luca. Praise be to the boy. But
we love Luca here. Everyone's.
Yeah.
I was even texting my boy last night. Shout out Porch. I don't think you're watching right now, but we were texting and it was just like I texted. I was like, I just want Luca to do well, man. And he was like, I know, same, exactly. And right now with the Mavs, I don't love their offseason from what they've been doing, but I wonder, would they be a John Collins candidate? Do they still have money? Because Hardaway was a ton of money.
If
74 mil for Hardaway, mental, I think. But,
if they move Porzingis, I would
Yeah.
like the Collins fit a lot more. I mean, I wish they actually tried to move Porzingis this offseason. I mean, I know you don't want to sell low, but I mean, I would just like to see.
I think it's the right time. I think it is.
Yeah, for sure. You want to at least see some roster shakeup going into the next season. If I'm Luca, I don't know if I'm that excited to be running it back with that squad.
No.
Yeah, especially after going and playing in Slovenia. Yo, shout out Luca, dude. He's about to potentially bring them a medal, and their second best player is Goran Dragic's brother. Insane, absolutely insane. After dropping 48 points in his first game, I was just is Luka Doncic just the chosen one at this point?
If we want spicy takes here, he's the next generational talent. He's the next.
Sure,
he's
agree.
LeBron.
Yeah.
He's the next.
I hope we're not jinxing that, by the way, because it's
we say it all the time.
It's
We
a
say it
foregone
so much.
conclusion in the NBA community. Okay, the moment LeBron retires, it's Luka's league.
Let's hope not. Let's just hope we're not cursing him.
Yeah,
I have
we
a
really
serious
say it all the
question.
time.
If Luka were to win a gold medal, would that be more impressive than winning an NBA title?
Ooh.
That's a good question, and the thing is, I think all Americans, American sentiment would probably be no, but maybe. But with Slovenia,
I think it would
that's
be.
insane. I agree. I think it would be too.
Fully, I think, because I know, I don't know if you guys know much about the European market. That would be insane. That would be world breaking. We would be saying that he deserves to be they need to make a new type of contract for a player like Luka after something like that.
They got to keep Luka's contract as it is because they need to get him some freaking help.
True. Preach. That poor boy. No, I don't know what pieces you could look for, but they definitely need to look for something in Dallas. Porzingis needs to go. That playoffs performance wasn't good enough. Not for a player that respects as much as he kind of should.
I'm kind of torn. It's it's really hard for me to say get this player out of here, when statistically he's been decent, but like in big moments he just seems to shrink. I feel like he just needs to be placed in a better situation to succeed, and that's about it. But I could be wrong. I don't know. Chat, let us know. Do you think the Mavericks need to ship Porzingis or give him another chance? Maybe build around Porzingis and Luka. Do you think they could win a championship around Luka and Porzingis? It's a tough puzzle, honestly.
Yeah, I mean, well, Dallas fans will breathe a sigh of relief when Luka, if and when Luka signs, that supermax extension. He hasn't yet, which I think is just because he's playing Olympic basketball right now, and they haven't been able to do that. But imagine in a situation where Luka was the trailblazer, not a Portland trailblazer, but the trailblazer in a way where he's like, you know what, I'm not gonna take that extension. I'm gonna instead take the whatever it is, qualifying offer, whatever happens where you don't take your extension, and instead become an unrestricted free agent after year 5. Because that would be nuts.
That'd be insane.
If he
Like,
walks on with that
that'd be the
qualifying
biggest free agency since LeBron, for sure.
bigger, surely, because that would mean he'd still be on his deal now. Mm-hmm. He takes his last year, he walks, and he's got that one little whatever it's like the restricted minimum offer, the qualifying offer, whatever it is. He takes that, and he is completely free to go wherever he wants. That'd be
amazing. And then
insane.
LeBron takes the minimum at the age of 40. Lakers get Luka, combined with Anthony Davis, Russell Westbrook. Who else is a free agent? What? Zion Williamson in a couple years after? Dude, it's brilliant. Like, dude, I love it. I love it. I really hope.
Yeah.
What?
Sounds great.
What do you mean? It could happen.
You know what? The Chicago Bulls have been building a pretty good team over here. I think maybe Luka would look good in red.
Make the playoffs first, man. We gotta relax.
You're a Pelicans fan.
Let's not buy into the Voosh project.
Thanks for your card,
dude. You see the chat's getting behind me. They think Luka to the Lakers will happen. Right, chat? One in the chat if you think Luka to the Lakers will happen at some point. What do you think?
I think Luka to a big market will happen, but whether that be the Lakers, it just depends on the time.
I don't think I see him going to LA. I mean, I don't know if the Mavs have any clutch players. I don't know if anybody's going to be in his ear like that. I'll be honest with you guys. You guys don't get Anthony Davis if Kendrick Perkins doesn't start recruiting him on a minimum contract. Worst signing in Pelicans history by far.
Hey, I'm going to turn off slow mode. Let's see how that goes, or make it 5 seconds. That'll do it fine. You guys have been awesome. You guys deserve it. Shout outs to you, chat. By the way, our next like is our 420th like, so let me know who gets it. So should we talk?
Facts, Lewis.
So should we talk some Lakers, ladies and gentlemen?
Mamba, it's okay.
Do you guys want to rank the Lakers pickups in this offseason out of 10? Each individual free agent? I don't know.
Each individual free agent? Oh, that would be a tough one.
It'd be a long one, but you got a lot of shooters. A lot of old guys.
I mean, I would just I don't think of it as like each individual. Well, yeah, fine. So Trevor Ariza, it's hard because they're all.
That's who you start with.
Yeah, that's got to be last,
if you
right?
start with Ariza, then it's going to look worse on the way down.
Bro, you guys
Ariza's got to be last.
You guys are bad.
Ariza's got to be last.
Literally just for the order I go in, I get back on.
You're not. Have you what?
Do you guys chat? Do you see what we deal with here?
That was so random. Trevor Ariza.
Trevor Ariza is probably the worst pickup. I'm not going to lie to you.
You didn't even let me grade him.
Okay. No, he said you're starting.
Choice.
I think he meant like you're starting your list with Trevor Ariza.
Yeah, that's what I meant. I was like, why are you saying like not Ross, not Malik,
bottom up. Let's be honest. Ariza is old. Like, and in terms of like, if you look at the body of all of the players, even like Melo, Bazemore, all these guys are mid-30s, right? Mid-early 30s. He is the oldest in terms of his body. He is so slow compared to the rest. getting
Mhm.
that up. We're calling him this 3-and-D guy. When fair enough. A few years back, he was a safe 3-and-D guy for a playoffs team.
Nah, he was bad, man. You don't gotta be nice.
Okay.
I don't know.
How old is he
I
at
haven't
this
looked at the
point?
stats. I'm gonna look at the stats. Maybe I was
Yeah,
wrong.
let's
He was
look at the
terrible with
stats.
Miami.
He's 36 years old. He averaged
He's not
9
good
a
at
game.
anything.
But
To
he
me,
barely played. But he barely played games.
Here, let me pull
But
this
yeah,
up
no.
for you just to see.
I don't know. My
he
stats
work
are the
like
reason,
that?
maybe.
yeah.
I think the production you'll get off like a guy like Wayne Ellington will way outweigh what you'll get from Ariza 100%.
Dude,
Like Wayne Ellington, I think is probably one of the better pickups.
I mean, like,
if
here's
you
the
want.
thing. Like, you guys, the context is super important here. You're talking about players that are literally on veteran minimums. So, do I think the pickup of Trevor Ariza is better than the pickup of Alex Caruso by the Bulls? Yes, because Trevor Ariza is getting a veteran minimum.
Ariza's not going to play in the playoffs. So
I
that doesn't
wouldn't
make
want
sense.
Ariza in New Orleans playing for free, bro.
Ariza's gonna sit on the bench and
I mean,
Yeah.
Like,
have
how is
have
that a
pick
better
up ring.
pickup?
I wouldn't want him playing for free. Like I'm serious. Like I don't care for Ariza on my
That's
team.
clearly not a better pickup. It makes no
I'd
sense.
rather Caruso. I love
However,
you.
nice shirt.
Caruso's a loss. I'd pay 37 million rather than Ariza sitting on the bench. That's all right, thank you.
Yeah. Caruso was like the only guy that cared in the playoffs for the Lakers.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like,
love
literally, like,
Caruso.
there's,
Hustle 100%.
there's
I think-
so much value you get out of a guy that like is always
I'm
hustling.
with
and
Kors.
is
You need that. You need that.
always has energy. Like, and like again, like the Bulls are in a position at this point in time where like they haven't made the playoffs in a little bit. You know, like a few seasons. To me, as a Bulls fan, it feels like 20 years. But they haven't made it in a little bit, and now we're infusing a guy like in Caruso, who's championship player, like actually went through it all. That's huge for the locker room, huge, leadership role for him. We get DeRozan, also tons of playoff experience there. And we've got Lonzo, who, is about to untap into his full potential because he's finally playing for my team. And now 40-inch vertical Steph Curry.
We didn't even talk about Lonzo yet.
Why are we crapping on the Pelicans? We're talking about the Bulls right now. Why are we crapping about the
We
Pelicans?
didn't even say anything about the Pelicans. We didn't even say anything about the Pelicans.
No, not you guys. The chat. Like,
No, chat is literally rinsing the
I
Pelicans.
mean, honestly, like beating up the Pelicans was like the most fire thing to do on Twitter yesterday. Like
Pelicans are a lottery as like. Wait, where's this coming from?
Bro, guys, don't bag on Coop. He doesn't make the front office decisions in New Orleans.
I should. I mean, I seriously should at this point.
No, but
David Griffin is such a bad GM, man.
Dude, David Griffin, it's like I don't trust anything that man does.
He's a snake.
I think out of all my tweets, like only my Pelicans tweets like banged the hardest because they were just so easy to make fun of. Like you have Zion Williamson who literally came out and said, "I hope Lonzo Ball stays with the Pelicans," and the Pelicans were like, "Nah," and then they just like got rid of him.
I'm not even mad, bro. Things like this make losing Zion painless. So like when we lose them, it's not like we're confused. It's like we got a reason. Like it's
bro.
It's the sad truth that it's literally the whole AD situation all over again.
Yeah,
Which is the
except
CP3
faster.
situation.
Except it's sped up. No, CP3 left because we didn't have an owner. CP3, don't get that confused. CP3 and David West wanted to retire in New Orleans. Our owner tried to cut corners by trading for Emeka Okafor and getting rid of Tyson Chandler. So and we ended up not having an owner, which had that whole CP3 to the Lakers thing happen, and yeah, it was a mess.
Yeah, that was a mess.
I remember you trolling me so hard. I was so mad.
I was so lit. I remember that so well. Like my first reaction when CP3 got traded to the Lakers was like, I was in Israel at the time, and like our internet in Israel was so bad, and like I found out at like 2 a.m. because the clock was time differential and whatnot in the Middle East, and I remember like just looking at my phone and I'm like, what? Not looking at my phone. My friend comes up to me. He's like, we got CP3. My first reaction was getting on Facebook and saying, on Coop's like, wall.
I know that was literally like 10 seconds later after I see the trade happens. I get a notification from freaking TheFlightMike, man.
Yeah. Oh my God, that's bad. That's like,
Yeah, it was
you know what?
real
I
bad.
didn't appreciate that middle finger emoji you sent me last night, but I guess it is what it is.
Korzemba, that's the emoji I sent you. I thought I sent you another one. You sure? You sure it was the middle finger?
Yeah.
You sure? Let me go
Am I
see.
being trolled by you right now?
No, come on. I would never send you a middle finger.
I swear.
Let me see.
JW, they love hating on the best franchise in the NBA, baby. Just comes with the territory, dog.
I like how you took it in stride, though. You didn't take it to heart, and that's what
No,
matters. That's how I know we're boys. That's how I know
Yeah,
we're
I
boys
know,
right
for
there.
sure. I mean, I can't.
I
mean,
was pissed.
I know you were. Yeah, you
Bro, I was
said
actually
what are you
about to
talking about?
cry.
You immediately sent me a middle finger and then the mad emoji. I said, you go, Kobe. Remember, because before free agency began, guys, Coop at 5:30 said Kobe and Thad for Zoe, like with like a questioning, like, all right. Instead, at 6:30, I sent it back and said, nah, you could have Thomas.
At least you know Garrett Temple is like nothing for the Pelicans, and we extended him, which is loves that for us.
It's really just, I don't know, what situation do you think is more bleak right now? Do you think the Maverick situation with Luka Doncic, or do you think the Pelican situation with
No, the
Zion
Pelicans
Williamson?
Coop is getting ruined.
The Pelicans are in a great spot right now. Like outside of like the Devontae Graham and letting Zoe go, like Nikhil Alexander-Walker averaged 20 when Lonzo didn't play, which was like a decent sample size, 13 games. They drafted Lonzo's replacement, Kyra Lewis, last season, who's shown a ton of promise, even though the stats don't reflect it. They still have those Lakers picks, which, you know, we haven't seen how Russ and, you know, all those old guys are going to look on the floor together. So might have a little value there. And we picked up Valanciunas.
I do like
we picked up,
I think
we
you
picked
guys
up
are
Jonas.
you guys are getting kind of trashed on. I think people are definitely overreacting. It depends to me how Walker plays, honestly. I think like is he? I mean, because you were kind of hyping him up as like a good, like as a I don't know, a starter level player, right?
Oh, Nikhil Alexander-Walker? Yeah, go look at his stats, man. Go look when he plays over like 25 minutes per game. He's a two-way too. He was big in the Olympics for Canada too, just like a few weeks ago. I mean, the guy's an absolute baller.
For the Olympics, he's legit up there as probably their best, 100%.
Yeah, I agree with you.
I think if he's allowed more time on the court, it could be something spicy. I think if they allow to I think if you allow them all to play at the start of the season, they will suck. But I think it will be a good development, like going on. I don't think you'll miss playoffs, because I think the weaker side, I think the West is a really heavy bottom. Like you've got a big old split in the middle, so I think you can easily slide a lower seed with the Pelicans sucking for the first, like, let's say 2-3 weeks maybe. Like just trying to find themselves.
I agree. I think Nikhil is one of those guys that you have to instill confidence in too, and it's I got some sources from like some of my friends that said like Stan Van Gundy didn't really want to give Nikhil a chance. He was always in the doghouse. He only played Nikhil basically because he had to. So yeah, I agree with you. I think if you let Nikhil grow, take some
production.
I don't know. I think it was some practice stuff. I don't know. Stan's a weird coach. You know, some of those old school coaches like to make examples out of players. I think Stan was one of those guys. I mean, he played Eric Bledsoe. He started Eric Bledsoe, I think, every game last season, which is like.
Yeah, I think you guys getting rid of Eric Bledsoe is going to be really big for you, because that just like it just wasn't working. And I mean, you know, he had to go.
Yeah.
Where is Eric Bledsoe playing next season?
He's on the Grizzlies, isn't he?
Yeah,
he's on the Grizzlies, but the report apparently at the time was that he wasn't going to stay there, but I don't know where he would
buy
go.
out veteran minimum to the Lakers, baby.
You don't want Eric Bledsoe.
On the bench, he can sit on the bench.
Are you just taking every like former All-Star that like somehow slipped in like 1 year?
I mean, yeah, why not? Like
the Lakers, man, playing the buyout Olympics over here.
I mean, we're crushing it, dude. We're absolutely crushing it. I'll tell you what I want. I want to be in the meeting that took place between Malik Monk, Rob Pelinka, and probably Rich Paul. Rich Paul had to have been there. Like he had to have been in his ear saying
course.
something.
Yeah, that's another thing. How did the Bucks? Didn't the Bucks lose a pick last season or get in trouble for tampering and striking a deal before the legal talking period for free agency? While the Bulls are announcing Lonzo Ball at like 5 p.m. Like,
First of all,
what's
the
going on
Pelicans
here?
were a part of that. All right. So if you're gonna rat, just understand you're ratting on yourself, dog. All right.
I'm just
you
saying,
the
I'm just saying,
Pelicans.
I'm just
I don't think
All right.
that Lonzo agreed to a deal, and then the Bulls picked up the phone at 6 o'clock and said to the Pelicans, "Oh, hey, by the way, do you want Saturansky and boom, second round pick?" And
that would make me feel better. If it was an
that
impulse
would
decision.
make you better.
Yeah, that would
It
make
was
me
just
feel
that
better.
quick.
Oh, so the latest piece of news that we got from Shams is not the we could do with this what you want. Ish Smith has signed a 1-year deal with the Charlotte Hornets.
More guards. Let's go.
Yeah.
Dude, can we talk about what is happening with Dennis Schroeder? Like the market for this guy has just dried up completely.
Well,
Yeah,
I first would have thought the Wizards, but then Spencer Dinwiddie looks like he's landing there currently, is what I'm seeing from most of the tweets. So, Schroeder, it looks pretty bleak. I don't really know what's happened.
Yeah, you could be looking at a Nerlens Noel situation where, he bets on himself and hits free agency, declines a big deal, bets on himself, hits free agency, and, the market just shrivels up. A lot of Schroeder's suitors are no longer suitors anymore. A lot of guys got their guy at the point guard position.
It's just so funny to me. Like he came in through like a wild number. Hey, BG Brody, shout out to you for the $1.99 super chat. Jeff Green and Ish Smith both played for 12 teams. That's very underrated.
So Korzemba, I want you to check out this guy the Pelicans drafted, Trey Murphy, 6'9" sharpshooter, athletic freak. Shot 43% in college, I think, from the 3-point line.
I'm not gonna lie, he was one of the guys I was hoping would go higher than what he was projected, because I think he actually could be.
Oh yeah, he would have been a great fit in Minnesota too. 17.
Too bad we have no draft picks.
Man, he would have been perfect alongside Cat.
Because the Warriors freaking sniping our picks.
Oh snap! Yeah, I forgot about that.
That was bad for you. Good for the Warriors. I mean, like I thought that I was saying good for the NBA entertainment wise, but the Warriors got to move those picks for it to be more entertaining.
Yeah.
Very confused what the Warriors are doing at this point because Steph's just getting older.
No, they know exactly what they're doing. I don't think you saw the quote from their owner where he basically said that Steph, Draymond, Wiggins, Clay are max guys. They got to figure it out. I'm paraphrasing, of course, but he also said that he doesn't want to mortgage the future necessarily and like make deals just to make deals.
Okay.
Yeah. So that's where he kind of stands.
He was very vocal on the fact that he wants to contest, but he doesn't want to ruin the entire franchise.
Yeah, exactly. And he also said that they won before, they can do it again. I don't necessarily agree with that thought process, but I agree that they can win again if they got the right pieces. That being said, you guys saw the picture of Clay's leg. It doesn't look like he's close.
Let me pull it up.
Yeah, can you break that down for me because you know way more than me with that.
Yeah, so recently I ruptured my Achilles, unfortunately. I just started walking again, which is good, even though it's in a boot and I'm limping very badly. So, I got that going for me. But when, you're not on your leg like that, you can't put any pressure on it for the first month or so, maybe the first few months, depending on the doctor, the person that's seeing you. Your leg is going to atrophy, so you're going to lose muscle very rapidly. So Clay's leg right now is like really skinny. It's actually tiny, and it's a little worrisome because his leg looks just like mine. And I just ruptured my Achilles a month ago. It looks like he is a distance away from returning. And one thing I really don't want the Warriors to do is rush him back, because when we've seen this before with like tons of players where players get rushed back and then another injury happens as a result of that. And I know he's missed, multiple seasons at this point, but still, like, you have to take your time with this stuff.
Okay, so I like the breakdown. Yeah. Well, from what I saw, the Warriors said that they're not going to rush him back, and if he returns even 3/4 into the season, they're okay with that. So
Yeah. So
hopefully, that's the case. But then it really calls into question the Warriors championship aspirations.
yeah, as a basketball fan, I was a little frustrated when Kevin Durant didn't return for the bubble. Was it for the bubble playoffs? But now that I've actually ruptured my Achilles, I completely understand. Like, even a year from now, I'm not sure I'm going to be basketball ready. It's definitely going to be. There's definitely going to be some obstacles that I have to overturn to even feel comfortable cutting and moving again. And I can't imagine doing it in an NBA at an NBA level for 82 games in a season.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's not only even a physical thing; it's also the whole mental aspect.
Yeah, like when I come back, bro, I'm playing defense like Zach LaVine. You know what I'm saying? I'm not guarding nobody.
All right. Nice.
Unless I'm Team USA Zach LaVine. He's proven to us he can defend. He just doesn't want to for the Bulls. Or he's asked to do too much. He's asked to do too much.
Shout out Kane for the get well Coop.
Get well, Coop. Yo, appreciate that, Kane. Handle G like Coop. Hey.
Staying on the Warriors topic, if I may, for a minute, I think with just Steph, I think you can say that they'll make the playoffs because that man is insane. But without Clay, there is no way they're even going to probably break first round. I don't know.
Yeah.
I mean, yeah. I also
Hopefully, I was just gonna say, hopefully we see a major leap from Wiseman.
By the way, guys, we are 40 likes away from hitting 600 likes, and we are under 5,000 subscribers away from announcing a giveaway winner for a PlayStation 5 or an Xbox Series X. All you have to do to enter is subscribe, turn on our notifications, and of course, if you want to join our call like our brother Bounce did here, all you have to do is join either on a Laced Up Silver or Laced Up Gold membership, which you could do by pushing the join button next to the subscription button. It's like $2. You get access to our Discord, and then you get to be brought on and talk basketball with us. And then you're in the Discord forever, which is pretty cool. So back onto the Warriors. The one thing that I just didn't really understand is their 2 draft picks, right? The first one's Jonathan Kuminga. He's not necessarily a player that's known for his ability to shoot. Like, I don't see where he fits in. I don't see what his role is going to be. So that was a player that that was a pick that you could have packaged. Those 2 picks I was anticipating being packaged for a star player. They were like hyping that up the entire offseason. And then they come out of it with Jonathan Kuminga and Davion Mitchell. Not even necessarily players that really fit into their offense, in my opinion. It's kind of like a contradiction with...
Wait, who got who?
It's Moses Moody.
Moses Moody.
Warriors. Davion Mitchell's on the Kings.
Oh, my bad.
Yeah, they play tonight, by the way, the Warriors and Kings, I think.
Yeah,
You did the Summer League already? Wait, who?
Oh,
yeah, I think so.
Yeah,
Wait, the Bulls don't start the Summer League till the 9th, but they're playing right now. I thought I just saw it because I'm trying to watch all those games because my boy Patty Will's in there.
I want to see all these games.
Returns to All-Star Summer League schedule. Oh yeah, tips off August 3rd. What the?
Going on to the point, I think the Warriors. I think it was very smart. I think they saw the best players on the board and they just took them. And I think, I don't know if you agree with that. I'm a massive. I'm nervous about Kuminga, but I see that he's a project. I see that there's the people see potential in this guy, so I think fair enough. Moody, I think he was probably a bit of I don't know. I thought he was a slide at 14. I thought I could see a lot of the. I know he was still a lottery pick, but I felt like I could see him a lot higher in the lottery. I don't know. But I just think you got 2 guys there who you can't doubt are worth their value at pick 6 and 7 and 14 in that draft. Looking at it, that's my personal
Moses
view.
Moody is without a doubt a much better fit than Jonathan Kuminga.
Yeah.
But
Yeah, and he definitely slid a little too. I wanted the Pelicans to initially take him at 10 when we still had our pick.
Yo, shout out Tico joining. Laced Up Silver, what up? What up?
Tico
Thank
coming
you.
Yo,
through.
what
Appreciate
up,
it.
Tico?
Shout out Slime, man.
Appreciate you, bro. Tico's an OG.
Yeah, so I mean, if the Warriors are not trying to mortgage their future in that regard, then they definitely took two guys who, Jonathan Kuminga is a guy who
Look,
many people saw as like are seeing as kind of a boom or bust kind of guy, right? I mean, like from what I've seen. And so they're obviously, hoping. Here's the thing. Let's say you take Jonathan Kuminga and let's say he overplays his where he was picked. So suddenly now he becomes an even more valuable asset than that pick was. So if they do want to make a trade later in the season, that's still perfectly fine. That still can easily happen. Same thing with James Wiseman. James Wiseman is currently, I would say, basically an somewhat unknown entity in terms of like how good is James Wiseman going to be. If he comes out next season and is a monster, then maybe you just keep him. But if he comes out and is, just, a solidified guy that a team wants to be like, points out and goes, hey, that's a guy we could have towards our future. That's a guy we could, have as one of our building blocks, then maybe one of the, a team like the Washington Wizards, looks at that and goes, oh, let's, move Bradley Beal. And at least we have Wiseman to start with. I don't think Wiseman has as much value as he could potentially get. Like, next season, I think his value could be rising.
I think that was also the reason why they were a bit like hesitant to trade him. Like, especially with of course, they did finally come up with the statement about the way that they wanted to operate this offseason. Like, they don't want to throw away their future. Wiseman still has a lot of room to go and become something. He's one of the only he's still one of them true big men builds in all honesty, which is something that is slowly fading out of the game right now, and I think it's something that you can't afford to lose right now. So it makes sense in a way, but it is still an investment, and they hope that he can prove something for them next season, and I think there's definitely the potential to. We just need to see it.
Bounce, I wanted to thank you so much for hanging out. We chilled for a minute.
Yeah, no, I was about to say it's probably my time to come, but
Bounce. Honestly, I'm not gonna lie. In my own head, I was thinking people that are joining the live stream probably are just assuming that you that just joined are did they add a fourth guy? Because with no context, it's just you've been on here for the last 25 minutes.
Yeah, no. I've just been a part of the stream. No, thank you guys for having me on. It's been a pleasure.
Nah, for sure, man. You were great. You were great,
bro.
Yeah, you did.
Sure.
You killed it.
Yeah.
Cheers. I'm free. Tell me when I'm next needed.
No, dude, you're part of the Discord. We'll bring you on.
Yeah.
No. Anyway, cheers, guys.
Cheers,
yeah.
Bounce.
Much love.
Peace, my man.
Show some love for Bounce, man. He was awesome.
Shout out BG Brody for joining Laced Up, becoming a silver member. Big shout out there.
So let's see. Let's bring in Tico. Yeah.
And we had a dono that Miles Turner to the Nets. I don't see that happening.
Yeah, I don't see that happening either. Miles Turner.
I think they really like Claxton. Is that what am I saying? Is that I'm blanking. There's so much happening, dude. My brain is just so overwhelmed.
Right? Did we get anything new?
Yeah, Claxton, right? Yeah. I mean, he played really solid last year. As a bench big. I thought. I mean, do you guys have any opinions on him?
Claxton.
Nicholas Claxton.
The thing is, I like.
Yo, Basketball Reference has his nickname as the Slim Reaper.
Really?
Huh? Yeah, and also the Alchemist. Who in the freaking world is looking at Nicholas Claxton and going, the Alchemist throws it down?
I sometimes wonder if NBA players just get to go on these websites and just edit themselves.
Dude, me and Tom were actually thinking we wanted to do a video on this. We might have done a video on it. I don't think it did well, but I still think it's a hilarious concept. Yo, shout out $1.49 Derrick Rose. Shout out, thank you. But So it was just trying to guess players' nickname, the most obscure nicknames on Basketball Reference. Because if you click on any player's name, they have the weirdest nicknames.
Yeah. I never heard anyone call
Kyrie Irving, World B Flat?
No, that's awesome. Whoever did that, that's awesome.
So funny.
Yeah,
What? I'm
bring
just trying
in,
to just
Tico.
click around on random guys right here. Yo, Joe Harris, Beef Jerky Joe. That is literally a listed nickname for Joe Harris.
I mean, yeah, bro. People call him
Beef jerky.
Yeah, like
All right.
Beef Jerky Joe.
I've never heard of it.
Yeah.
And if you go to big guys like Steph, let's see, like he might Steph, Babyface Assassin, Chef Curry, the Human Torch, and Threeses. Interesting.
What up, Tico?
All right, yo, check. Okay, so
Oh,
we
boys.
brought
How you
someone
doing?
else in. Yo, what up?
But you can say what
keeping
you
keeping
can
an eye
say-
out on the free agency.
you
Yeah, dude, it's been a lot. It's very overwhelming.
It has been wild. Like I'm still waiting for that Kawhi to the Mavericks post just to shake it all up, man. What I'm hoping
That would
for.
be nuts.
can,
If Kawhi leaves, oh my god, that would actually be crazy.
What do you guys think in chat? Please feel free to let us know about this. What do you think the odds of Kawhi Leonard leaving the Clippers are? What do you think the odds are?
I feel like slim, but I want it to happen.
I'd say like 33%.
Really, you think that high?
Yeah.
33%.
Just because, yeah. Before he got hurt, probably 0. But now that he hurt his ACL, his window tightened up a little bit. And if you just break down those starting fives, man, between the Clippers and the Mavericks, like the Mavericks are going to be looking pretty nice. And that's even before they move Porzingis for someone, or if they keep him. Like it could be a special thing if he goes to Dallas. I think they could have a sick team, very deep. I know they just picked up Bullock as well. Clippers really, they've been kind of quiet. They've been kind of quiet for a team that's supposed to take over LA, you know?
I think,
Oh yeah, they were all talk at that point.
I think like the biggest mistake that people typically make is assuming that the most important thing on every player's mind is winning a championship, because that simply isn't the case most of the time. Like in Kawhi Leonard's case, you're talking about a guy that like won Toronto a championship, won with San Antonio as a, cog in the machine with Greg Popovich. And his main goal was to go back to LA, and, it'd be nice if he could compete there, but I don't think it's like the end of the world or like the number one thing on his mind. So even if he did have the ACL injury, I don't think in his head he's thinking, okay, well, if I got to go to a situation where I could win because I want to win more championships, I think he's thinking, hey, I got to go to a situation that I get paid. And I think the Clippers are probably that best situation. He's also going to be close to home. Those two things have always been like the most important to him. So the only
Well, he had that whole thing about like building his brand up. Remember when he was leaving Toronto? Like that was the whole thing. Like, has that happened? Like, has he
to be
gotten?
fair, why even if that was the case? Why even entertain free agency? Why not sign at 5 o'clock on the dot? There's got to be something else there going on with Kawhi Leonard that's on his mind other than playing for the Los Angeles Clippers. Because I mean, if that was the case, just sign outright.
I swear he had, in my opinion, I really thought he just had this like, I gotta beat LeBron, I gotta be the best in the world. But I feel like just watching him play, watching the Clippers play, I feel like that's not even his motivation anymore. It's very strange to like feel what a dude like Kawhi wants, because he's so vocally different than a guy like Paul George who's saying all this stuff like, yeah, we want a championship, yeah, we want to compete. I feel you there, Mike. I feel you. He's a strange dude, and we've never had a superstar like this. I feel like so it's hard to.
Very quiet and very like so like if you remember back in the Spurs days, they remember all those reports where everything was so weird, where it was like his uncle was leading like his camp and they wanted out because they wanted to, increase his brand. But then also there were like reports that the Spurs players were begging Kawhi to play and he was just flat out being like, no. There were reports that Kawhi's injury was similar to Tony Parker's, and Greg Popovich literally was like, I don't know what's happening with Kawhi. Tony Parker recovered in 1/10 the time. So like they were like throwing shots at him. It was really weird.
It worked out for him going to Toronto, but even like Toronto with like they could have offered him the 5-year deal that everyone seems to want, especially after winning a title like that. There were even reports of people offering him like free food for life, like the best penthouse that there was.
Yeah.
If he wanted that comfortability, I feel like Toronto would have been the place to be. I feel like going back to the West, competing directly with LeBron was maybe on his mind, but I don't know. I really don't know.
I think it was so. I think at that point in his career, he was thinking, "Let's go Los Angeles. I'm gonna build my brand," because that was his whole thing, like build my brand.
Yeah.
Because he wasn't getting as much money from endorsements, like the offers were just not there. But now I'm curious, like, years later, where his head is at. Because there definitely is like, yeah, why has he not just signed? Like, the Clippers obviously are going to offer it. But then we also aren't hearing things like Kawhi has scheduled meetings with the Dallas Mavericks. He scheduled, we haven't heard that either.
I mean, when he was a free agent back in 2019, he was operating in a very similar way. I mean, like there were leaks about what he was going to do because it was like a foregone conclusion that he was going to leave the Toronto Raptors. But like there was this like cloud of ambiguity that was just hovering around what was he going to do. And like to complement what Tico was saying, Kawhi Leonard is a weird dude, but most superstars in today's NBA are weird dudes. Like in my opinion, like at least weird in the sense of how they handle their business, what they want in a team, what will cause them to stay on a team as opposed to leaving a team. Like Kevin Durant, for example, super weird dude. Kyrie Irving, in my opinion, also pretty weird. Like,
yeah,
like these are guys that won championships with their squads and then like decided to leave because they still felt empty inside. And Kyrie Irving's situation, he wanted to be a leader, then he became a leader, and then he's like, I don't want to be a leader, let me go to Brooklyn. Like it's kind of like a theme in today's NBA. And in Kawhi Leonard's case, I think he's been a little bit more open about what he wants. You just have to kind of listen to him.
Yeah, I know he wanted a playmaker that could alleviate his pressure in the fourth quarter. They brought in Rondo for that reason, but Rondo kind of fell off last year. Reggie Jackson played out of his mind. I'm still waiting for him to get a bag from somebody because someone's got to pay it to him, even though he is early 30s. But yeah, I mean, Kawhi and PG have got to be the easiest two dudes to build around. Like they're both tremendous defenders, maybe worse off than they were a few years ago. They're phenomenal in offense. They can create their own shots. I feel like you just need a couple rim runners, a stretch big, and a point guard that can do exactly what Kawhi wants and just alleviate that ball control pressure.
Yeah, I mean, Kawhi is definitely, and by the way, shout out Derek Rose, how's Michael Laker fan and a LeBron hater? That's something me and Coop question every day.
That's
anyway,
a great question, by the way, and I can explain.
Well, hold on, wait. But let's talk about Kawhi.
Yeah.
I think, Kawhi and like Paul George for sure. They're two guys that are just perfect in terms of like you could basically fit them on any team and they're gonna make them extremely better. And so that's why Kawhi's so valuable because you could just like you imagine like a scenario where Luka and Kawhi are playing together. It just sounds so great. Yeah, I mean, like, but the thing is, this is just so weird. Like, what's going on? Like, what is there? What is the Kawhi buzz? He doesn't really. He's so close-lipped, and his circle around him keeps everything.
So yeah,
just,
with the
We got some
with
news,
the
by the
Kawhi
way.
buzz, would you say, Mike?
After this, we got some news. Markieff Morris.
Okay.
Markieff Morris is
All
in the
right.
Heat.
Yeah,
I just wanted to say about the Kawhi Leonard stuff is I think it's going to be one of those situations where you don't know where he's going until he's pretty much going there or like till he signs. Because I think when he was a free agent or looking at teams or whatever, and he was considering the Lakers, Magic Johnson got in a bit of trouble leaking some information, and I don't think Kawhi's camp liked that, and I think Kawhi used that against them and also used that
There was
too.
also that Jerry West situation where like there's this like phone call that Jerry West got involved in, and that was really sketchy as well. But here's the
Yeah.
thing: the only way I could see Kawhi Leonard leaving is if winning is truly at the forefront of his mind. Like he'll probably take a step back and say, "Look, I gave the Clippers 2 years. You know, year one." Of course, pandemic hit. It was kind of like during the entirety of his tenure, there was like a pandemic looming. But on top of that, just the Clippers weren't really making the greatest transactions. Like they traded for Luke Kennard, great move. Then they signed him to this huge extension, and then they acquired Marcus Morris, great move. And also, I think he was a little bit more worthy of his extension, but not to the same amount as Luke Kennard. Like Luke Kennard is like honestly just doesn't really contribute much and is being paid a ridiculous amount of money. And then you get to this point where the Clippers are in need of a playmaker, but they don't have any draft picks to give up because they traded so many draft picks for Paul George. That's kind of Kawhi Leonard's fault, by the way. And you wouldn't have gotten Kawhi Leonard if you didn't trade all those draft picks for Paul George. So you kind of had to do that. But as a result, you can't really acquire another star to pair with Kawhi Leonard and Paul George. Maybe, like, I guess with when Chris Paul was available last summer, they should have taken a swing at Chris Paul, but I guess they like looking back at what it took to get Chris Paul, but maybe the fact that he'd go back to the Clippers, Chris Paul wouldn't really like that. It's just if the only thing that I could see causing Kawhi Leonard to say, "Hey, I'm out," is if he just looks at the Clippers and say, "This is as good as it's gonna get." They can't really get that much better from here. You're not gonna get any more stars. You might get some like different role players, but aside from that, that's it. And if he's comfortable with that, he could stay. But if he's not, then there are better teams out there for him. Like a sign and trade with the Golden State Warriors would literally destroy the NBA. Like, and if
please happen,
it would. I really want it to happen. Like I'm a Laker fan, and that would just make for some more like just such entertaining basketball. And oh no, nothing. It's just more Markieff Morris stuff. I would love to see that happen. It would make another really interesting storyline. Yeah, super teams would be coming back, but it's something that's been really weird this offseason is the fact that you see like Kawhi Leonard's expected to stay. He might leave, but he's expected to stay. And Jafar Abdullah, shout outs to you for joining on a Laced Up Gold membership. Go to our community tab. You should find a link to our Discord. We'll get you up in here real soon. Appreciate you, bro. Like, I don't understand the loyalty players like Damian Lillard and Bradley Beal have. Like, if you're Bradley Beal, don't you look at the Golden State Warriors and say, hey, this team really wants me. You know, if I demand a trade, I will become a Warrior. But instead, he's deciding to stay back and team up with Spencer Dinwiddie. I don't really know. Again,
I mean, maybe just likes Washington, D.C. Just likes living there, chilling, averaging 30 a game. I don't know. It seems like it, I guess. Like,
either that
Modern
or like
players
they're not winning a
when it comes to
championship.
mentality.
Either that or he may just want to like have the full free agency experience, and he could get that next year. Like if he just stays.
Yeah, that's the other thing. The Celtics have been whiffing, and so now it's like really hope that Jason Tatum, Bradley Beal Olympic connection is very strong, because I mean the way their offseason has gone down this year, like where are the Celtics in the East?
I don't even think that's a good fit.
No, I don't think so either.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
So that's like,
Brown's
so
gonna get a bag.
I don't know what the Celtics are doing. That's like a whole different conversation.
Yeah, they got a little Damian Lillard, C.J. McCollum situation going on there too with Jaylen Brown. So it'll be interesting to see if they actually opt to trade. I can't believe that McCollum has lasted this many years as a
Yeah.
Portland Trailblazer, and I don't think he's going anywhere because him and Dame still
I think it's
talk like
too
they're
late.
the.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's like. So
Yo, I wanted to, Tico, you're the homie. Wanted to thank you for coming
for
in,
sure, brother. For sure, brother.
supporting us, man. We got to get Kevin up in here. He's been waiting for
Yeah.
a minute, but we appreciate you.
Oh,
for
shout out
joining,
you,
brother.
Tigo.
Yeah, no problem. Thanks for having me on, bro.
No problem, brother.
And guys, again, if you have not been around, we're bringing just anyone who is who has joined under Laced Up Silver or Gold membership. You guys are able to come in. You don't have to show face cam if you don't want. You could just come in, talk, ask questions, or just be a part of the discussion. And I'm loving this right now.
Yeah, it's
I have to work on the what if at some point though. By the way, I'm just giving you guys a heads up.
of
yeah, me
course.
too. I got a video that I kind
Bro,
of halted.
Microphone has been so neglected over the past couple of days, so I feel you. So I wanted to answer. There was one person who asked how I'm a LeBron James hater and like a Laker fan at the same time. It's not that I'm a LeBron James hater. It's just when I'm comparing him to like other Lakers we've had in the past, I don't like him as much as like Kobe. I don't like him as much as I liked Shaq. Like I could stand for Kobe. I mean, Kobe kind of like had a greater impact on me that transcends basketball. I don't really like LeBron's approach to specific things, like the way he bickers with refs for like specific calls, the way he I don't want to get into this, but like he kind of made it okay for like stars to like recruit each other and buddy up with one another. It's not that I hate him, but I just don't love him as much as Kobe Bryant, and I think that's fair to say. I grew up with Kobe, so there's nostalgia involved as well. Let's bring in Kevin. Let's see.
I feel like that's fair to say, but you also have said some wild things about LeBron, a man who brought you a championship. You're just spoiled, bro. You just have championships just on deck.
What do you mean spoiled?
We can hear you, but the quality is lacking.
Quality is bad.
Yeah.
Damn. Tough.
No, it's not that.
Let me try to fix it real quick.
If you want,
No, it's fine.
It's
It's
not that
fine.
bad.
It's
It's not
fine. Yeah, it's
that
good.
bad.
It's
Yeah,
good.
it's
Okay.
good,
It's
bro.
straight. It's not the what? No, I'm kidding.
Yo,
Yeah, it's
chat.
solid, bro.
Yo,
You get it.
chat.
That's good. Chad, is it fine?
If you've been here from the very, very beginning of the stream, drop an LU up in the chat for me, man. And let's try to make this push to 700 likes if you guys want to see more of these lives. All right.
Yeah, 700 likes, and let's also, oh my God, fall and almost hurt
Yo, you
myself.
good?
Dude, have you guys not noticed that in the pod? I occasionally almost fall because 2 bolts in this chair are out. I got to go to like Home Depot and get new ones. But yeah, currently, as it stands, I could fall over at any time. Guys, I'm risking my life for this podcast, by the way.
I'm being a little dramatic. I don't know about life.
I mean, I think
Dude,
YouTubers
there is a
are just
wall
dramatic,
right to the right of me. I fall. I hit my head.
and then
GG's.
and then you make an "I almost died" video.
Yeah, then we making Korzemba almost died.
Mike Korzemba died. Who's he gifting his channel to?
Me?
Me. No, me.
So what's up, bro?
Okay.
What do you want to talk about?
The Bulls.
Ooh.
Yes. All right, let's do it. So what's
We
specific?
got DeRozan. We got Lonzo. We got. This is our year.
Dude,
That's my prediction. We win the championship.
we're winning the championship. I mean, I can't go as far as to say that, but I will say that suddenly we went from
We're making the playoffs though.
yeah, we're making the playoffs, and second round is definitely like within our grasp as well. It's crazy. It's a crazy offseason for the Bulls. Such a W. We went from we went from, being a team that traded away our pick and we're kind of, that wasn't the greatest, to now we got a bright future, man. I really think Lonzo's going to crush it with Zach. I think he's a perfect fit with Zach. I think we needed a pass first guy to team up with Zach, and I know Lonzo's defense wasn't as good as his reputation has been last year, but I believe he's gonna have a nice defensive bounce back year. And now we got DeMar as well, DeMar DeRozan, who averaged 7 assists a game on the Spurs last season, and Patrick Williams. I think is only going to continue to get better and better. I've got a lot of high hopes for Patrick Williams.
As a guy
I wasn't shocked.
Oh, go ahead.
And Patrick Williams made all rookie second team. I was like, it was gonna happen anyway. That's what I'm saying.
Yeah, man. I think Patrick Williams really might be like the key to the Bulls' future here, because if Patrick Williams, former number 4 pick, if he has the type of development where he ends up becoming an all-star, that's where the Bulls, take a leap and jump to that actual championship contender potentially.
Yeah, I believe Patrick Williams has Kawhi Leonard potential.
Yeah, I mean, I hope. People have been saying he's baby Kawhi.
Honestly, I'll tell you what I'll tell you. I don't know how you guys are gonna finish. I don't know how the pieces are gonna fit together. But I will say, it is a really good feeling when your team goes from a team that clearly has no idea what they're doing and competing for lottery balls to a team that actually could be watched. When my Lakers got LeBron James, at first, that was my first reaction. I could watch this team again. My man Kevin, I apologize, but your mic is hardcore staticky, and it's kind of hurting my ears.
Yeah.
Oh damn, my fault.
Unfortunately,
Yeah,
people
so
are commenting
sorry.
on it.
I'm gonna mute my stuff.
Here, we'll just put you in the other chat, but let's bring in Jafar, and we'll bring Jafar in a minute. Sorry, Kevin. But yeah, I'm happy for you guys for actually being watchable and actually let me turn that off. Actually being watchable and actually being making good moves. I think it's a really good young unit.
Dude, it was just being, straight up, it was rough watching. It's hard to watch your team especially when Zach went out. It's hard to just watch your team and be in kind of a no man's land of what am I even rooting for at this point? Do I want wins? Do I want losses? Also, the years previous, when we were not a playoff team, you're watching and you're okay, I'm watching because I hope Lauri Markkanen is developing, but also I want us to lose because I want us to get a better draft pick. I know Coop knows the feeling of watching a team where you're okay, I don't even want us to win. It sucks. So I'm very happy that I can go into this Bulls season and know what we want. We want to be as good as possible. We want to just win as many games as possible. I think we're going to be much more entertaining, exactly like you said. And I'm just hyped, dude. Again, it's just the last few years I've been watching St. John's games with a tremendous passion because at least they've been pretty good. But now I'm so excited to be able to watch, 82 games. Are we playing full 82 games next year? 82 games of Chicago Bulls basketball and get hyped for every single one. I don't think my fiance Angela is ready because I get insane. But she hasn't actually seen me when I actually am full on wanting my team to win, because St. John's had a down year last year, and so did the Bulls, of course. But dude, I'm ready. And when are we going to a game? When are we all teaming up?
When you guys come to LA for Rolling Loud, that's gonna be. We could go to a Laker game then.
Or we could all meet up in Chicago and go to a Chicago versus New Orleans Pelicans game.
Ooh.
and never see the Lakers. No, actually, no. The smartest thing to do would be actually to go to New Orleans. That would be the cheapest tickets.
Yeah, I'd be down.
Yeah,
for
that
it.
would
We'd
be
be sitting
cheaper.
courtside.
And
dog.
Bourbon Street is crazy. I don't know.
Bourbon
if you've
Street
ever
is
been to
crazy, man. I went in college.
Bourbon
It was
Street
nuts.
is crazy. Yeah,
Dude, the fact that
New
New Orleans has
town.
New Orleans has you could open container, like you just could walk around and open
that's nuts.
containers of alcohol is so crazy. Dude, you walk from Bourbon Street with a drink, and then we would walk because I went, for like spring break in college one year. We'd get drinks at Bourbon Street, walk into the casino with a drink, go gamble, get free drinks at the casino, and then like right before we'd leave the casino, we'd be like, all right, can I have another beer? And then take the beer and then go back to Bourbon Street.
That sounds insane.
It was sick.
Yo, shout out to Ninja and Delir, joining on a Laced Up Silver membership. That's our 9th member of this live stream, guys. Shout outs to you guys. Huge shout out.
Yeah, we appreciate you guys.
Yeah.
Sure, man. Y'all been clutch.
Yeah, let's bring in our next guy. So we got Jafar. Please have a good mic, man.
Yeah, guys, honestly, I feel bad, but just for the sake of everyone, I feel like, yeah, the static was pretty bad, but I do feel bad.
Yeah. Let's talk about Markieff Morris to the Heat. We haven't talked about the Miami Heat at all. By the way, Jafar, are you here?
Yeah, I'm here. What's up?
Chat, what do you think about that mic? Sounds good to me.
That's pretty good.
Yeah, it's a good mic. So what do you guys think about the Miami Heat? What do you guys think about like their moves thus far? Adding Kyle Lowry. They had Bam Adebayo. They extended Jimmy Butler until he was like 37. Then they added like a bunch of like nice role players. They lost Kendrick Nunn, but they just added Markieff Morris. Yeah,
I guess it comes down to how is Kyle Lowry going to continue to play at the level that he's been playing at, which I believe can happen. He seems like he's the type of player that he's a Chris Paul type of player where they're not overly reliant on their athleticism. However, to me, it comes down to the Duncan Robinson contract is gigantic. That 5
Like
years,
that at
$90
all.
million.
I hate that contract.
So for a guy that averages around 12 points a game, that is you're really banking on more development from Duncan Robinson, I would say, and also you're banking on Tyler Hero getting it together and going off of his rookie year because he definitely had a sophomore slump. So I think the Miami Heat have potential pieces to be a very dangerous team. I mean, I love Jimmy, love his competitiveness, love how he's been playing. Bam, I think is, he's an all-star. But I think that's a team that just has also a bunch of potential hype, but a bunch of potential question marks as well.
Yeah, I agree. I think that I don't really like the move from the Miami Heat. You're right. There's a chance that Lowry continues to play at a high level, but I wouldn't want to risk it. And I said this a lot on my channel when the Pelicans were rumored to be interested in Kyle Lowry. There's a chance his play falls off of a cliff, and it's not something that I would be looking forward to. But most importantly, I think the biggest question mark here is going to be Bam's development. I think they need Bam to develop into a superstar if they want to win at the highest level with what they have right now. With that being said, I would have preferred the Miami Heat to kind of just maybe tear things down, maybe start like a small rebuild. You don't want to waste Bam's prime. Bam's is going to be good for a long time. So by going out, signing all these players, getting these guys, you're kind of committing to winning now as opposed to winning in the future. And they're still set up pretty well for the future. But there's also a chance that getting these guys doesn't allow Bam to develop into that superstar that maybe he would have developed into if they just kind of tore things down a bit.
I kind of disagree with that. I think Kyle Lowry is going to help Bam maybe the same way Chris Paul helped DeAndre Ayton in some perspective. I don't know.
Yeah, I also that's an interesting point. I also feel like Bam Adebayo is. I think the next step for him would be developing as a shooter. Like I saw, he shot 80% from free throw this past year, which is fantastic. So seeing him develop a little bit more as a shooter would be his next step. But you have Bam, who isn't even in his prime yet, 24 years old, flanked by Duncan Robinson, which I agree, huge overpay in my opinion. He's a great shooter. He didn't have as fantastic of a year as he did 2 years ago, which honestly, I don't think it's fair to expect anyone to regularly shoot 45% from three while attempting 8 threes per game. But he shot 41%. I'm not a big fan of giving these gigantic contracts to players that are just shooters and only shooters. And, well, he's also a remarkable defender. So, well, no, he's not that great of a defender. He's an okay defender.
I was about to say, where did you get that from?
He's an okay defender. So I kind of see your point there. I feel like this is just a situation where they wanted to keep the team together. You get Kyle Lowry coming in. You want to show Jimmy Butler that you're committed to him. This is kind of like Jimmy Butler's final team before the Heat kind of say, okay, like, you can come back. I don't think we're going to be paying you as much, but you could come back. But now
didn't he get an extension?
He did, but he got an extension till 36. But like in like 4 years from now, the window of Jimmy Butler is gone. Kyle Lowry is going to be 40, and he's only there for 3 years anyway. And then the Miami Heat are going to be building around player like Bam Adebayo because he's going to be in his prime. Tyler Hero because he's going to hopefully start scratching the surface of his potential. I think a lot of this actually hinges more on Tyler Hero's development than Bam Adebayo's development, in my opinion.
With the Miami Heat, what you said about Kyle Lowry, I disagree. I don't think Kyle Lowry is capable of the Chris Paul effect. I think that is a very elite player effect. I think that's the effect of having one of the best point guards to ever play the game, arguably the best. I'm not going to say he is, but we've seen Chris Paul
arguably the best.
I'm just saying, man. I'm not saying he is, but you can make an argument that Chris Paul is the best point guard to play. I wouldn't argue it. But if you wanted to argue it, there are cases to be made.
I mean, when I think
you disagree with that, you don't think he's worthy of the conversation, Korzemba?
I mean,
of course not. Like, what?
He's definitely
crazy.
one of the best playmakers ever.
I mean,
like Magic
crazy.
Johnson's what, like a 3-time MVP?
I think
That's
in
crazy.
terms of like
Magic Johnson's literally
no. So I think you guys are
3-time
discussing two different
MVP,
things.
5-time NBA champion. What? What?
You guys are arguing different things. Coop is trying to say that like when you think of a 6 foot like playmaking.
Okay,
guard
but dude, that's just
fundamentally
putting someone
sound.
into a mold for no reason. Magic averaged freaking over 10 assists per game for almost 10 straight seasons. So
when I think like
he's a pure point guard.
When I think of pure point guard, I do think like one of the best is Chris Paul. I don't know if it's the best, but we're getting into a completely different conversation.
Yeah. I was about to say, like, if you want to argue Chris Paul is or isn't the best, that's great for you. I still think you could say like maybe like there's a chance. Like again, this is it's pretty irrelevant because I wouldn't say he is. But going back to the topic at hand with Chris Paul, like he's one of the best point guards to ever play the game of basketball. He's still playing at a high level. There were stretches where he was the best player for the Phoenix Suns. With Kyle Lowry, good guy, good veteran. I don't know, team player. Yeah.
No, not the same player. I agree.
Oh, not the same player. Not the same player. Yeah, not the same player is all. So when David Griffin was like, I'm looking for that Chris Paul effect with Kyle Lowry, I was like, yo, like, no way we're this down bad. Like, there's got to be better options than searching for this certain effect. I don't think going for like an effect is is a way to build a team either. But on top of that, Chris Paul turned DeAndre Ayton into more of a finisher. He turned DeAndre Ayton. He made him more efficient. I don't think Bam needs help being more efficient. I don't want to see Bam's role, start to shrink. I want to see Bam expand as a player. So that's also another reason why I'm not all in on the Miami Heat going all in now. But of course, if they really feel like they can win, I guess you have to take your window of opportunity when you can.
So I agree with you. Like, to for David Griffin to come out and say, "Hey, we want Kyle Lowry to be our Chris Paul." Like, with respect, obviously these two had tremendously different careers. Kyle Lowry's early career, he wasn't that much. He was more of a role player until like he was 24. Chris Paul was like kind of an immediate impact player. But you're talking about like a difference of 100 wins contributed between both of their careers. You're talking about like Chris Paul has like a career PER of 25. Like, yeah, I'm sure some of these numbers are diminished for Kyle Lowry, but like in terms of assists, in terms of scoring, in terms of everything, like you can't compare these two players. Like Lowry's great, but I don't think adding Kyle Lowry to a team necessarily is going to get you a boost in playmaking. I think he's a fantastic player that will do what you need him to do, but I don't think he is the type of player that is going to elevate Bam Adebayo's development per se. And I still think he's a great add, and I would have added him. He's an upgrade over Goran Dragic, but I don't know.
Do you think Kyle Lowry had something to do with Siakam's development?
No, I think
Yeah.
I think that was mainly Nick Nurse, to be honest, and I think that was mainly the
Raptors have a great development team.
and so do the Heat.
They're
by the way.
they're league wide known for having a great development team.
Like I
Yeah.
said in my video, like Dion Waiters shows up to the Miami Heat overweight. Pat Riley whips his ass into shape. Next thing you know, he's hitting game winners on the Golden State Warriors. Like.
However, I feel like we're going too far onto the hate side of Kyle Lowry.
No,
Like,
No, I mean, he's a good player. I mean, he's
It's
definitely
just
a
like
good
compared
player.
to he's not Chris Paul. I definitely agree with that, but I think that he's definitely very solid. Floor general. I think he makes players better for sure. I will say that I do understand with Bam. Bam's a different kind of player. Bam's a face-up guy that you could give the ball to and let him go to work by himself. But I do think that Lowry will just have an impact in general, but on everyone, a positive impact. But yeah, I think with Chris Paul, with Aiden, that's just more of like Chris Paul getting him the ball in the right spots around the basket. That's just something where it's just more of a point guard to center, like more of a Aiden's more of a natural or like traditional center in the like pick and roll sense, in the finish around the basket sense, where Bam isn't like that. So I think pure point guard like Chris Paul is just able to impact that and tremendously help Aiden, as we saw. While Bam, not as much.
Jafar, wanted to thank you for coming by, bro.
But I came by to talk about something else. Can I just talk about this real quick?
Yeah, of course. What do you need to talk
I
about?
wanted to talk about the Sacramento Kings. I know you would not like to talk about this. I'm from Sacramento, but I think they just get so much hate when they're getting a lot better. I mean, Monty McNair, our new GM, I think he did some good moves. Everyone's hitting on the Mitchell draft, but I think there's someone we need, because he's a very, very good defender, and our defense was trash last year. And we got Rashawn Holmes back. What do you guys think about that? Do you guys think that Sacramento Kings have any chance of making the playoffs?
The thing with the Mitchell pick, I'll agree with you. I think he's a good player. I think he's a great defender. The problem with that is you typically don't want to draft a lottery pick that you're pretty much set at that position. But beyond that problem, the Kings were lacking wings at the time they made the pick, and Davion Mitchell, as good as he is, he's going to be able to guard one position on the floor. He's not like a Marcus Smart where he has a near 7-foot wingspan. His wingspan is his height. He's 6'1", 6'1" wingspan. I feel like Davion Mitchell was also somebody that was pretty shocked by the pick, unfortunately. I don't think the Kings even worked him out. And it sucks because I think he is a good player. I thought this pick was setting the Kings up for a bigger move, like maybe we see De'Aaron involved in trade talks upcoming. Because I don't think the Sacramento Kings are this dumb. I don't think you draft Davion Mitchell without a plan.
I don't know.
I'm just giving them the benefit of the doubt. Like
This is a franchise that if we go through their picks as of late, like in the last 10 years, Sacramento Kings draft picks.
I agree.
Bad.
But we got a new GM
I do think.
now. So
yeah.
That's why I
agree
think
with
they have a plan.
I think Davion Mitchell's a good player that is not the right fit, but
wrong situation.
Maybe they just had him at the top of their board talent-wise, and we're like, we're just gonna take the best talent.
Yeah, but you can't do that with a guy that can only play one position.
Yeah.
So you guys don't think they would be having a lineup with De'Aaron Fox, Tyrese, and Davion Mitchell? Is that impossible?
Isn't Davion Mitchell like 6 foot?
Yeah, he's pretty short.
Yeah.
So you'd be running De'Aaron basically at the 2 and Tyrese at the 3.
And Rashawn Holmes, he's not a great defender either. Very efficient around the
He's a good
basket.
perimeter defender. He's a good perimeter defender as a center.
Well, that's good.
Because they switch a lot.
My concern would be interior defense
And
with.
Here's the thing. I'm sorry to cut you off, Coop. Like, the reason I don't mean to like go at your team and like crush them, but a telltale sign of a bad organization is like when your number 2 overall pick and quite possibly the most storied draft of the past decade is like unhappy, is barely getting any playing time. Your head coach is Luke Walton, who's notorious for just not knowing what to do in lineups. And I've been waiting for the Kings to break out because they've always seemed to be this team with just a smorgasbord of great young talent. Like, if you give I feel like if you give the right organization, Buddy Hield, De'Aaron Fox, Tyrese Halliburton, Marvin Bagley, they would be able to scrap together like a successful offensive system. And the Kings haven't been able to do that. And it just seems like right when they're given like a gift, like the number 2 pick in the 2018 NBA draft, like they just happen to squander it.
I can't believe Luke Walton is still employed. Beyond that, I can't believe he even got a job after the Lakers.
I can't believe he got the Laker job to begin with. You remember why he got that, right? Because of the winning streak the Warriors went
on.
You
think that's bad? How did he get the Kings job, Mike?
He got it like 5 days after he was fired from the Lakers.
I don't think they had an in-person interview with Walton either. On top of that, they didn't consult De'Aaron about the hiring. Not saying that you have to, but I guess it would have been nice.
That was all blighted Divac.
Yeah.
Thank God he's gone now.
Is there any?
Yeah. Oh my God, Bloody.
Before.
One more thing. What about Buddy Hield?
What's
gonna happen?
I think you guys
gotta trade him. I've actually heard. Don't quote me on this. I've actually heard that there are talks about a Josh Hart and Buddy Hield swap.
Delusional Pelicans fans, bro.
I don't want Buddy Hield. I don't want Buddy Hield.
They're getting everybody.
I know, yeah. Pelicans Twitter, bro, notorious for jersey edits.
Yeah, we're the worst, aren't we?
These Zion sexuals. Ugh.
You and Timberwolves fans, God.
Yeah.
Yo, Jafar, thank you so much for coming by, man.
All right.
I hope
Thank
things
you for
get
having
better
me.
for you, man.
Thank you for having me.
Appreciate you, brother.
Yo, guys. So all 3 of us want to thank all of you guys for coming by.
Wait, before we go,
we
I want to.
We still have Ninja. We got to bring in Ninja for like 5 minutes.
Oh, okay.
All right. Well, let me just say this too to Korzemba about the Chris Paul Magic Johnson thing. This is one of my rules when talking about like the greatest players to ever play. So I'm an era specific guy. I didn't watch Magic Johnson play. There's a chance he's the greatest ever, and all that. But like, if you ask me who's the greatest between LeBron and Jordan, I'm just gonna say LeBron because I'm not going to judge guys that I didn't watch live. All I see is highlights. I didn't go back and watch game archives and all that. So
all right, we could literally we have to save this for a podcast because that's the most absurd thing I've ever heard, and we could just go back and
Ninja.
How is that
Because
absurd?
Because
Oh, here we
based
go.
on that means that the NBA for
No,
you
that just-
started
no,
at like
no, 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 no.
2008.
But no. You're not understanding. That's my opinion, though. That's like that's not me saying they're the best. That's like me saying like this guy
Okay,
is
they're
my
the best
goat.
for you then.
Yeah,
Okay.
they're the best for me. That's not me saying they're the best ever. Come
All right,
on.
that's
man.
fine.
Popcorn
That's
here
fine.
And just like
Yeah.
casually
And
start
also,
eating it.
chat. I would like to point out. I saw people saying like, "Oh, Chris Paul deserves to be in the discussion for one of the best point guards ever." That was not the argument I was making. I agree with that. But what I was saying was, I just don't think that he is in the conversation for the actual best. But okay.
Cool.
Regardless, what up, Ninja?
Oh, what's up, guys?
How you
Yo,
doing?
I'm alright, man. Hey, I just want to say, first of all, I'm huge fans of all you guys, especially Mike, my boy.
Which
Listen,
one?
I'm just-
I don't know which one.
Which
Mike
one?
was,
Which-
yeah, Mike.
Oh.
Oh!
My bad.
Oh,
Okay.
I won. I won. It was
Yeah,
a
let me just.
50-50.
Do you want me to leave
I'm
then? My
sorry.
bad. Do you want me to leave? Like
It
I
was
can
a
leave.
50-50.
I'd say that. I'm sorry, bro. But Mike, bro, his Jordan videos, man, that was my childhood, man. You know, I would always
Yeah, I
come
appreciate
back.
you.
Yeah, I appreciate it. I got a few questions. I'm trying to make them quick. I kind of want to talk about the Utah Jazz real quick.
Okay.
So I was watching the playoffs. I was really disappointed, to be honest, that they lost to the Clippers. What do you guys think happened? Really, that's my question. What do you think really happened?
Lack of adjustments. Lack of
Yeah.
adjustments. Easy. Yeah. Lack of adjustments, and I don't think they had the defensive personnel to necessarily make the adjustments they wanted. I think that Utah needs to get more perimeter defenders and guys that are capable of stopping the ball at the point of attack to make life a little easier for Gobert, because they do put a lot of pressure on Gobert to be that all NBA defender. And we know he can do it, but there are
yeah, of
going
course,
to be
of
some
course.
instances where
I mean, I was really surprised because they had like 2 6-man of the year candidates and Ingles and Jordan Clarkson coming off the bench. You had Bogdan, you had Gobert, of course, and you had Donovan Mitchell, who I think is probably underrated to a lot of people. Not me, but I think to a lot of people he's kind of underrated because they think, oh, too small. It's just like, you know what I mean?
Yeah, I can agree with that.
Yeah.
So
And it was also. I'm sorry, real quick. It was also. They did it without Kawhi too, didn't they? The Clippers. They beat them out without. They beat the Jazz without Kawhi. Yeah, it was like I was like, dang.
So I think when we talked about this on the pod, our big thing was that we were that basically we just felt like they were just getting, when you have Mike Conley, Donovan Mitchell, and Ingles or Clarkson on the court, those are guys that are just gonna get burned consistently.
Mm-hmm.
Their lack of perimeter defense really got exposed come the playoffs, and Rudy Gobert kind of became the scapegoat because everyone is just constantly driving to the basket, constantly beating their defenders, and everyone's looking at Rudy Gobert to kind of bail them out. While I would definitely argue that their perimeter defense was their main problem.
I think it was an over dependence on Rudy Gobert. Like typically when you're overly dependent on a traditional center, that's typically not going to work out for you. That's why Anthony Davis is considered to be like such a unicorn for the Los Angeles Lakers, because he's kind of like a hybrid of, he's technically a power forward, but like he's so versatile that he's not a perimeter, he's not a liability on the perimeter. He's remarkable when it comes to defending on the interior. I think the Jazz needed a plan to switch to once the Rudy Gobert thing was starting to be a problem. Like,
I mean, they also had Royce O'Neal too, which I think kind of shut down. I think, in my opinion, I think he kind of shut down after like maybe game 2 or game 3. Honestly, that's just my opinion though. I think he kind of shut down.
And credit to the Clippers, their roster was beautifully constructed. With the Jazz lack they had, I mean, that's when we first talked about the Clippers on the pod, I gave them so much credit because I just liked the way they were built. They had the ability to play big. They had the ability to go small. They had the ability to go small while playing pretty big, because they got those guys that are versatile. Even Reggie Jackson, 6'1", but he's got a 7-foot wingspan, so he can guard multiple positions. Not a bad defender. You know, you got guys like Nicholas Batum able
Oh, yeah.
to guard the 5 and extend out to the 3-point line. Markieff Morris, whatever Morris they have, honestly, I always get confused. So,
Yeah.
you know, they had a very versatile lineup, and that was just like the kryptonite for the Utah Jazz. I think it's just one of those situations where it just wasn't their matchup.
Yeah, I think this year could be different though. I think if they make a few moves this offseason, like
So-
a bit more defending, I think they could.
I
do
don't want to
something.
cut you off, but I got to give it to the Jazz for bringing back Conley on the contract that they did. I thought that was
Oh, yeah.
amazing.
Yeah, I was
especially
so,
seeing what other people got around the league.
I was so happy that Mike Conley made the All-Star team last year. I was so happy.
Yeah, he deserved it. He deserved that.
I've been watching that guy for so long. I was like, he finally won. It was really good. But yeah, I mean, if listen, credit's due for the Clippers, of course. You know, they have great. Of course, they also have great role players and like Rajon Rondo, who's really like team leaders. You know, coming off the bench. But I just was disappointed by the Jazz, to be honest. I just was a little disappointed.
Yeah, definitely
But,
thought
yeah.
it might be their year.
Yeah,
They had the opportunity.
they did. They did.
Yeah, things fell their way. If they were in the finals, I mean,
Yeah.
I think there's a good chance that they take it. I would have liked that. I would have liked to see Gobert versus Giannis. That would have been fun. That would have been, oh man.
That would have been awesome.
I still would think the Bucks. I think the Bucks were kind of slept on, and then I think like the Giannis just.
I don't know.
throughout the
No, I
playoffs was
disagree.
so good.
No, I agree with you. I think the Bucks were a little slept on, but I think the Jazz are a terrible matchup for Milwaukee because Gobert's probably the best interior defender in the league. I don't think Giannis is gonna do what he did to DeAndre Ayton to Rudy Gobert, and then you know the Bucks didn't shoot the ball well in the playoffs. Where they killed you was inside the arc. And I just don't think you're doing that to Rudy. So I think they were actually a pretty bad matchup. I really like the Jazz's team this year and the way they play basketball.
That would have been interesting.
Yeah.
Yo, Ninja, want to thank
Yep.
you for coming by.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yo,
yeah, guys. I think we gotta call it because we all gotta work on some more videos, including part 3 of what if Kobe Bryant went to college.
woo!
I'm not gonna lie, at this point, I'm kind of sick of working on the what if, but I'm very excited to get it out.
Those are like rewarding once you get them out, though. They're very hard to work on, so good luck on it.
Yeah.
Yeah, guys, we wanted to thank you for coming out, man. If you guys want to see more of these, make sure you leave a like, subscribe, turn on our notifications. We're almost at 40,000 subscribers. Definitely want to do more lives with you guys. Guys, anything else?
Shout out to everyone that came through.
Yeah, shout out, man. Shout out to you guys, man.
Chicago Bulls 2023 NBA champions.
Go Pelicans. And Rockets. Go Pelicans.
And Rockets. Are...
Yeah.
We're late.
Dude, my secondary team was the Phoenix Suns. I can't have them anymore. It's not like,
That's different. I live in Houston. I'm not a bandwagon like you.
Well,
Here we
all
go.
right. I live in New Jersey, so I'm just a Brooklyn Nets fan.
If you want to be, I mean.
No,
Oh
so
my
you know what? Exactly.
Oh my god.
Rather
Say no more, Dre. I got you, bro.
Peace out, guys.
But will you? All right. Peace.